Welcome to this channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel. In the news, Natasha defeats Akpabio in court. The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has struck out two appeals filed by the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, against the suspension of Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's suspension suit at the High Court in a unanimous decision delivered by Justices Hama Barka, Adebukunla Banjoko, and Okon Abang. The appellate court struck out the motions dated 28th and 25th March 2025 following a formal application to withdraw them. The courts further awarded the sum of 100,000 naira in costs to the first respondent, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. Additionally, the court ordered that her appeal number CA/ABJ/PRE/CV/ROA/CV/395M/22/2025 be deleted. Senate President has sought multiple reliefs from the appellate courts, including an order enlarging the time within which he could seek leave to appeal the decision of the Federal High Court, Abuja, in suit number FHC/ABJ/CS/384/2025. The judgment was delivered by the Honorable Justice Obiora Ego-Atu on 10th March 2025, and number 2, an order granting leave to appeal against the High Court's decision on the same suit. Number 3, an order extending the time within which the appellant could file a notice of appeal against the said judgment. Number 4, an order staying further proceedings in the matter pending the determination of his appeal. However, with the withdrawal and subsequent striking out of the motions, the reliefs sought by the Senate President are effectively nullified at this stage. This ruling marks a significant legal win for Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan in her ongoing legal battle surrounding a controversial suspension. Well, those in the judiciary will be able to interpret better the outcome of this conclusion. Of course, it is possible for situations to begin to turn the way it is. And I know we won't forget the fact that Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan was suspended from the Senate because of her behavior, violating the House rule. And it happened because in the heat of her anger and emotion, she was trying to, speak and talk to the Senate President. But unfortunately, in trying to express her view and use her fundamental human rights, she violated the Senate rules. Well, as a result of that, a axe came on her, and then she was suspended. But the belief was that it was because of the influence of the Senate President that she was being victimized and being punished unnecessarily. And after that, she came out with another allegation completely, that she was being sexually harassed by the Senate President, and as a result of that, that she wasn't even giving in to him. Then her seat was changed and moved further away to the back. And not only that, she decided to now go to court to seek redress. And we've been seeing so many people, human rights, groups trying to stand up for her and also demand justice on her behalf, believing that because the Senate President, being a man and also a man of influence, is using his position, his influence, and his power even abusively, especially on the woman of Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's repute. They believe that probably because she's a woman in the Senate and a newbie in court now, he just want to take advantage of her, and that's the reason why the woman had to take the man to court and charge him even for sexual harassment issues. And in the process of all these things, we've also heard that there were cases before now that Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan has accused the Senate President and the governor of Kogi State of planning to assassinate her, maybe during the election time then in 2023. And when the investigators switched into action to find out the situation, they realized that it was not so, it wasn't true. And as a result of that, she was charged to court through the office of the Attorney General of the Federation. Those cases are in court, and one of such cases, different cases in court, and one of such is the one we are looking at this morning, whereby the Senate President and by through his counsel withdrew some forms of issues in the courts, and as a result of that, the Court of Appeal that is sitting in Abuja to strike out two appeals that are filed by the Senate President, that's Senator Akpabio, against the suspension of Senator Natasha and in the suit. It was a unanimous decision by all the justices to strike out the case. And not only that, the court further awarded the sum of 100,000 naira in cost to the first respondent, that is Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. I think that is what gave back to the caption that Natasha defeats Akpabio in court. But in the real sense, the whole case has not been finally determined. And in this sense, I think journalists should always try as much as possible, even though they want to bring a caption that will make people to read their whatever news, they should also try as much as possible to be at least be truthful in their reportage. It is very, very important. There is no need to mislead anybody. Whatever you say, Nigerians are fully interested in the issue of Natasha and Akpoti-Uduaghan and then Senate President Godswill Akpabio. So please, let's try as much as possible to, guide people correctly. And looking at some of the, things that the Senate President brought before the court, what was it seeking for that will require for him to have to withdraw through different petitions? Number one, we could see that he's looking for multiple reliefs from the appellate court. And what are these reliefs? He wants an order that to be an order enlarging the time within which he could seek leave to appeal the decisions of the Federal High Court. Not only that, the judgment was delivered by the Honorable Justice Obiora Egwatu. Is also seeking an order granting leave to appeal against the High Court's decisions in the same suit. He's also looking for an order extending the time within which the appellant could file a notice of appeal against the said judgment, and is also looking at orders staying further proceedings in the matter pending the determination of his appeal. Well, those withdrawal, of course, than the subsequent striking out of the motion, at least about relief at the relief that is sought by the Senate President, and are effectively nullified at this stage. Well, let's still wait to see what will be the outcome of the whole situation. Remember to like, also to subscribe and share.